Hello students. In the previous lecture, we had started with exercise 8.3 of chapter 8 and we had seen how to find the general solution of differential equations. Now today we are going to start with question 2 of the same exercise 8.3 and we are going to find out how to find the particular solution of differential equations. So the first sum here, x minus y square x dx minus y plus x square y dy is equal to 0. We have to find the particular solution of this particular equation, of this differential equation. We have to first solve this and find its particular solution when x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 0. So the first step here is solving the equation. Now let us try to see if we can separate the variables. If you remember, we are doing the variable separable method. So suppose we can separate the variables, then we can solve it directly. So in this case, we have x minus y square x dx is equal to y plus x square y dy. So we have written the second term on the RHS when it becomes positive. Now next we observe that x is common in the LHS bracket term and y is common on the RHS. So let us take x out of the bracket. So we get here 1 minus y square dx, which is equal to y common over here 1 plus x square dy. Now we observe that we can take the y containing terms on one side and the x containing terms on the other side. That means we can separate out the variables over here. So in this case, this becomes this way now. It becomes y dy upon 1 minus y square. So what has been done? 1 minus y square has been taken to the other side. And this term, that is 1 plus x square, comes on the other side again. So we get is equal to x dx upon 1 plus x square. So thus we have separated the variables over here. Now we put the integration sign, that is integrating both the sides. We write it this way, that is integral y dy upon 1 minus y square is equal to integral x dx upon 1 plus x square plus c, which is the constant of integration. Then now how to solve this further? Now suppose over here one method of solving it is this way, that is suppose we put this way, that is let y upon, that is let the denominator on the LHS, let 1 minus y square is equal to t. So we use the substitution method. Therefore we have minus 2y dy because we are differentiating with respect to y. So we have minus 2y dy is equal to dt. And therefore we have y dy is equal to minus dt upon 2. And therefore when we write the integration sign over here, when we write the integral sign, therefore we have integral, we substitute this way, that is LHS, only LHS. So we have minus dt upon 2 because y dy is actually minus dt upon 2. So minus dt upon 2 upon t, because 1 minus y square was t, which becomes minus 1 upon 2 integral dt upon t. And you know that integral of 1 upon t becomes log t. So we're going to get minus 1 upon 2 log t. Now resubstituting, we get minus 1 upon 2 log of 1 minus y square, because that was our t term. So we get log of 1 minus y square. We'll write plus c afterwards when we write the final answer. So this becomes the LHS I mean. So LHS we solve it this way. Now what about the RHS? RHS also we can take the same way and solve it by the method of substitution. So our RHS becomes this way, right? That is let, now the denominator in the case of the RHS is 1 plus x square. So let 1 plus x square is equal to any other constant, say any other term, say p, and therefore we have 2x dx because we are differentiating with respect to x. So 2x dx is equal to dp when we differentiate both the sides. And thus we have x dx. We are not really concerned with what we are taking as substitution term because ultimately we are going to get the answer. So here we get x dx is equal to dp upon 2. So we get x dx as dp upon 2. So resubstituting over here, so as you can see in this term, the numerator becomes dp upon 2 and the denominator becomes p. So thus we get the term as integral dp upon 2 upon p, which turns out to be 1 upon 2 integral dp upon p, which is 1 upon 2 log mod p, and resubstituting we get 1 upon 2 log of 1 plus x square. So thus we have solved our LHS and RHS. Therefore this question term, that is integral, the question term was integral y dy upon 1 minus y square is equal to integral 2x dx upon 1 plus x square plus c. So upon solving this, the LHS, the answer that we are going to write over here is, yes, it is minus 1 upon 2 log 1 minus y square. So minus 1 upon 2 log of mod of 1 minus y square. This becomes the answer for the LHS, and on the RHS it becomes 1 upon 2 log of 1 plus x square plus c. So thus this is one way of solving it. So this is essentially our answer. We can cancel out this 1 upon 2 which is common to both the sides. C plus c is a constant term. Even if we cancel this out, it doesn't matter over here. It is not as if we have to write 1 upon 2c, or we can write 1 upon 2c and that becomes another constant. So keep that in mind and we just eliminate this constant from here. So this just goes away. So then we can write it as this way, that is minus log of 1 minus y square is equal to log of 1 plus x square plus c. Now the next step is to put the values of x and y over here and find the value of c first before getting the final answer. So particular solution we have to get, remember that. So for that we put this way, that is when x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 0, we get minus log of 1 minus 0 square is equal to log of 1 plus 2 square plus c. That means this becomes minus log 1 minus 0 square is 1. So minus log 1 is equal to log of 5 plus c. Now log 1 is 0, you know that very well. And therefore we get log 5 plus c is equal to 0, and therefore c is equal to minus log 5. So therefore this, suppose this is equation 1. So therefore equation 1 becomes minus log of 1 minus y square is equal to log of 1 plus x square minus log 5, because c is minus log 5 as we got over here. Now to rearrange these terms and get the answer that they wanted us to get in the textbook actually. This is as good as our answer actually, but then we have to put it in the form that is present in textbook. So that is why we do a further step over here, that is we bring this negative term on one side and take minus log 5 on the other side. So we get log 1 plus x square plus log of 1 minus y square is equal to log 5. Did you understand what happened over here? Minus log 5 went over there, that side of the equal to sign, and therefore it became positive. Similarly, minus log 1 minus y square also came on the other side of the equal to sign, and thus it also became positive. Now you know that when you add two logs, you can combine them by multiplying the terms inside. So we just combine both the logs by writing log 1 plus x square into log into 1 minus y square. Don't write a log again. 1 minus y square is equal to log 5. Now we can remove the log from both the sides, and therefore we get 1 plus x square into 1 minus y square is equal to 5. So in the textbook it has been simplified till this particular step that is there. So you are supposed to do this step. Now we come to the second sum. In the second sum, the question is x plus 1 dy by dx minus 1 is equal to 2 e raised to minus 5. Now here there is a correction. It is not e raised to minus 5, but rather in the textbook it is put as e raised to minus 5, but rather this is e raised to minus y actually. So put this as y over here. And we have to find the solution when y is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. So we will just rearrange these terms this way, that is x plus 1 dy by dx is equal to that minus 1 will take to the RHS first of all. So 2 e raised to minus y plus 1. Now what we can do is we can take the y containing terms, that is the RHS, along with dy, and the remaining terms will remain along with dx actually. So we get over here dy upon 2 e raised to minus y plus 1. Yes, we have taken this term together is equal to, now dx, x plus 1 upon dx, when it goes to the RHS it becomes dx upon x plus 1. Now integrating both the sides. Oh, before that let us just simplify this term properly. So now what we do is we divide, see, 2 e raised to minus y plus 1. To solve it further, to make it easier to solve it, we divide both numerator and denominator terms by e raised to minus y. So dividing the numerator and the denominator of LHS, the left hand side, by e raised to minus y. Now when we divide it by e raised to minus y, we are going to get dy upon e raised to minus y upon 2 e raised to minus y upon e raised to minus y plus 1 upon e raised to minus y. So we divided each term on the LHS by e raised to minus y. RHS remains the same as of now. Now here obviously over here both the terms go away, e raised to minus y terms go away. Above dy upon e raised to minus y can be written as dy into e raised to y. That means e raised to minus y goes to the numerator here and becomes positive. The same case over here. 1 into e raised to y, we can write it as just e raised to y. So our term becomes this way. Dy, that is e raised to y dy, we get e raised to y dy upon 2 plus e raised to y is equal to dx upon e raised to y. Dx upon x plus 1 AB. This way. Now we can start with our integration actually. So integrating both the sides, we put the integral sign over there. So we get over here integral e raised to y dy upon 2 plus e raised to y is equal to integral dx upon x plus 1 plus c. Now this turns out to be somewhat like the previous sum where we can solve the LHS and the RHS, the integration of the LHS and the RHS separately by the substitution method. So in this case on the LHS, we write let the denominator, that is 2 plus e raised to y, is equal to t, and therefore when we differentiate both the sides we get e raised to y dy is equal to dt. So this is just a simple case of substitution. So e raised to y dy, this term becomes dt, and therefore we get integral dt upon t, which is log t, which is nothing but log of 2 plus e raised to y. So thus we got this. Then Suppose this statement we number it as 2. Let this statement be statement number 1. Let this be 1 so that it is easier for us to substitute and write down the answer directly. Then going on to the RHS. Again the same thing. Let the denominator x plus 1 is equal to any other term, say p, and therefore we have the differentiation of x is 1. So just we get dx, 1 dx, or just dx is equal to dp. So the denominator dx, the numerator dx over here can be written as dp, and x plus 1 becomes p. And therefore we are going to get integral dp upon p. The answer for which is log p, which is log of 1 plus x, that is, or x plus 1, whichever way you write, it's okay. So x plus 1. So this becomes our answer for the RHS. Suppose third term. Substituting 2 and 3 in 1. We are going to get this way, that is, the term becomes, now integral has been solved, so the first term has become now log 2 plus e raised to y. So log 2 plus e raised to y is equal to log x plus 1 plus c. Now we put our values of x and y which are given to us in the question to find the value of c, because we are going to find a particular solution. So in this case, when x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0, we are going to get log of 2 plus e raised to 0 is equal to log of 1 plus 1 plus c. Solving further, now e raised to 0, remember anything raised to 0 is 1. So therefore we get log 2 plus 1 is equal to log 2 plus c. So this becomes log 3. Log 3 is equal to log 2 plus c, or we can take log 2 on the LHS. So we get log 3 minus 2. Log 3 minus log 2 is equal to c, and therefore now when we combine both the logs, because of the minus sign, we get log 3 upon 2 is equal to c. So thus we got the answer for c. So now this equation, this say equation 4, and therefore equation 4 becomes log of 2 plus e raised to y in this case. Okay, so equation 4 is the above equation. Anyway, you can write this as e raised to y over here. So log 2 plus e raised to y is equal to log of x plus 1 plus c. And instead of plus c, you're going to write plus log 3 by 2. Okay, so actually the fourth equation was this one and not this one. So remember that anyway. So we have substituted it over here. Now we want to get this as good as our answer, but then this is not the answer which is given behind in textbook. If you want to get that answer, what we do is over here we write log 2 plus e raised to y is equal to, we combine both the logs over here. So we get log 3 upon 2 into x plus 1. This way. Now we can cancel the logs on both the sides. So therefore we get 2 plus e raised to y is equal to 3 upon 2 x plus 1. Now what is left is that we just cross multiply. We multiply 2 over here on the LHS. So we get 4 plus 2 e raised to y is equal to, over here we open the bracket on the RHS. So we get 3x plus 3. Now we simplify further. We bring all the terms on one side. So we get 3x minus 2 e raised to y plus 3 minus 4 becomes minus 1, which is equal to 0. And thus we obtain the answer for this particular sum. The third question is y into 1 plus log x dx upon dy minus x log x is equal to 0, and we are supposed to find the solution for this differential equation when x is equal to e and y is equal to e square. So in the first step, let us just separate the terms over here. So we get y 1 plus log x dx upon dy is equal to x log x. Now we take the x containing terms together and the y containing terms together. That means we separate out the variables, and therefore we get 1 plus log x dx upon x log x. As you can see that x log x term has come on the LHS, and on the RHS y upon dy goes and it becomes dy upon y. Now integrating both the sides, we are going to get over here integral 1 plus log x dx upon x log x is equal to integral dy upon y. We can even rewrite it, rearrange it and write it, because the convention is writing the y term on the LHS. So we can just write it over here, or we should have written it in the previous step itself. Anyway, there is a constant term added over here. So let me just rearrange this so it is convenient to do the sum actually. Now in the next step, what we can do over here is that, see, before solving it, we write dy upon y is equal to, on the LHS, for this particular term, let us separate out the denominators over here. So we get two terms over here. One term is 1 upon integral of 1 upon x log x. And the other term becomes integral log x upon x log x. Now as you can see that log x term goes away. So we get integral dy upon y is equal to integral 1 upon x log x plus integral 1 upon x. Now having written it this way, let us try to solve both the integrals. You know that 1 upon y log y is going to come as log y. The answer for this is log y. Similarly, the answer for this, we should have written dx in both the places. So the answer for the next term over here, this term 1 upon x dx is log x, obviously. So these two terms are as good as solved. What about the middle term, this term 1 upon x log x? For that, of course, we use the method of substitution. So for this particular term, let log x is equal to t. Log x is equal to t, and therefore you get 1 upon x dx. Upon differentiating, we get it as dt. So as you can see, the substitution over here, 1 upon x dx is this term, which becomes dt, and therefore we have integral dt upon t, because log x is t, dt upon t, the answer for which is log t, which is actually log x. This way, suppose we number this equation as 1, we can say that equation 1 becomes now, we solve the LHS, so we get log y is equal to, now 1 upon x log x, the answer we got is log x, so we get log x plus again 1 upon x dx, the answer is log x, plus c, suppose this is equation 2, and therefore now putting the particular values of x and y. So when x is equal to e, they have given us x is equal to e and y is equal to e square. So when x is equal to e and y is equal to e square, we are going to get log e square is equal to log e plus log e plus c. Now remember this fact that log e is equal to 1. So since log e is equal to 1, we can write this way, that is log e square. Now square term, the 2 can come on the LHS, that is a characteristic of a logarithm. The power can be written on the side, so we get 2 log e, the power can be multiplied to the log. So 2 log e is equal to log 1, because log e is 1, plus again log e, one more log e, which is 1 plus c. Now the value for log 1 is 0. So over here again one more log e is, we write it as 1. So we get 2 is equal to 0 plus 1, that is 1 plus c. Remember, log 1 is equal to 0. And therefore, c is equal to 1. So we got the answer of c as 1. Now therefore, putting this in the second equation, therefore equation 2 becomes log y is equal to log of log x plus log x plus 1. Now this is as good as our answer, but then we have to get the form as given in textbook. And therefore, to get that particular answer, what we do is this, we write it this way: log y is equal to, now combine both these logs together. Since there is a plus sign, we can just multiply them together. So log of x log x. This way. So we write log of x log x plus 1. Now observe, 1 can be written as log e. So we wrote it as log e. Now we can combine these two logs also together. So we get log y is equal to log of ex log x. As you can see, what has been done, both the logs have been combined because of the plus sign, they have been multiplied together. Now we can remove the outermost logs from both the sides. Therefore, we get y is equal to ex log x. And this is the answer which has been given in the textbook, that is it. In the fourth question, the question is dy by dx is equal to 4x plus y plus 1. And we have to solve this differential equation and find the particular solution when y is equal to 1 and x is equal to 0. So in this case, if you look at the RHS, you will find that you cannot separate out the variables over here. So what we do is we use the method of substitution. Now this is the method which is usually used when you cannot separate out the variables. So over here, we write the entire RHS as t. So we write let 4x plus y plus 1 is equal to t. Now differentiating both the sides with respect to x, we are going to get 4x becomes 4 plus y becomes dy by dx plus 1 becomes 0, and on the RHS we get dt upon dx. Therefore, we have dy by dx is equal to dt upon dx minus 4. So suppose this equation is the first equation and this is the second one. We substitute both these values in the question given. So therefore, the question becomes, see, the question was actually dy by dx is equal to 4x plus y plus 1. And this becomes, instead of dy by dx, we can write it as dt upon dx minus 4. So dt upon dx minus 4 is equal to, on the RHS, we have taken 4x plus y plus 1 as t. So this way our question becomes. Now we can take 4 to the RHS, and therefore we are going to get dt upon dx is equal to t plus 4. So now you see that you can separate out the t containing terms and the x containing terms. Of course, the x containing term is 1 over here. Okay, so in short, you can write it this way, that is dt upon t plus 4. So you bring t plus 4 on the RHS is equal to, you take dx on the, bring t plus 4 on the LHS and dx you take on the RHS. So we get dx. This way, dx means 1 dx actually. Now integrating both the sides. Integrating both the sides, we are going to get integral dt upon 4, dt upon t plus 4 is equal to integral dx plus c. Upon integrating, upon finding the answer, dt upon t plus 4 is log t plus 4, which is equal to x plus c. Integral dx is x, so x plus c we are getting. Now put the value of t over here. T we had substituted from the question, that is log of t is actually 4x plus y plus 1. So 4x plus y plus 1 plus 4 is equal to x plus c we are getting. Then Therefore, finally we get log of 4x plus y plus 5 is equal to x plus c. Suppose this is our equation number 3 in this case. Then finding the particular solution. So when x is equal to, in this case when x is equal to 1, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. And therefore we get log of 4 into 0 plus 1 plus 5 is equal to 0 plus c. So therefore we get c is equal to log 5. Log 6 we get c. C we are getting as log 6 in this case. And therefore we put this value of log 6 in equation 3, and therefore equation 3 becomes this way. Therefore equation 3 becomes log of 4x plus y plus 5 is equal to x plus log 6. Now we can take log 6 on the LHS and we can write like this way, that is log of 4x plus y plus 5 minus log 6 is equal to x. And thus we can combine the logs on the LHS at least, and we can write this way, that is log 4x plus y plus 5 upon 6 is equal to x. And this becomes our final answer for this case. So in this way we have completed all the sums of exercise 8.3. Now just for some additional practice, I am giving you 2 more sums as assignment. You can just try them out and you can send your answers to me. Okay, so try these sums out, find the answers. You have to find the particular solution of these equations and send your answers to me through WhatsApp. I can just check it out and check whether you have understood the concept or not. So in the next lecture, we can begin with the next exercise of the lesson. Thank you so much for listening.